you'll receive free Kings t-shirts. A great way to remember your day in the game. Better way to pass the year than taking pictures of your favorite mascot, Slanton, and the Kings dancers.
Hey Kings fans, plan your next Kings game now. Select tickets still available for exciting home stands against division rivals, playoff contenders, and NBA All-Stars. See our ticket booth for more information. The first 10,000 fans into the arena will receive a special giveaway at our next home game. It's our Kings pennant, showcasing all of our retired jerseys and your favorite players. These are epic. Grab your tickets today. The National Basketball Association and the Sacramento Kings are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior.
Hello and welcome. We're ready to get the week off to a great start. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their rotation.
Yeah, they're missing a quality player. And we all know injuries are a part of the game, but they've got to make the adjustment.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. Scoot and Sharp for the backcourt set. Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at small forward. And for the Kings, the duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Ellis in at the one spot. Something that the organization loves about MP, Grant. He's always letting his game do the talking.
Yeah, he'll respond with a quip here or there. But for the most part, MP lets his actions do the work, not his mouth. He's very mature and as focused of a rookie that you'll find.
And in the front end of the back-to-back, what's important?
Well, BA, most coaches treat this one like a regular game. Try to win. Don't worry about minutes. Tomorrow, they may adjust the rotations a bit.
LaVine passes to Ellis. Sharp against LaVine. Unloads. Gets some space and buries the jumper.
Well, that's exactly why it's nice to have LaVine. He can do so many things within the offense.
Ayton against Sabonis. Outside for Henderson. Gets the three ball to go.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
LaVine with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. Lets it go from deep. And DeMar DeRozan gets a three.
Yeah, and he doesn't take a lot of threes, but there DeRozan answers with one of his own.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, yeah, I was able to talk to Sacramento's head coach. I asked him what their biggest challenge would be defensively, and his quick answer was Scoot Henderson. He said Henderson's as explosive as they come. You can't let him get out on the break and control the pace. Their hope is to force Henderson to operate the half-court offense, but Scoot may have other ideas, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's Ellis. Pass to LaVine. Here's Murray. Here's the three. Avdia pulls it in. Here's Kamare, defended by DeRozan. Count the basket.
Yeah, when you let Ayton get the ball close, it's over. DeAndre is just too skilled.
DeRozan passes to LaVine. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, back to DeRozan. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And Stan, over his long NBA career, DeMar DeRozan honing in his game.
Yeah, Brian, and he's patterned it after his idol, Kobe Bryant. He's also an excellent shot creator. His development as a passer has helped make him a very productive offensive focal point.
And he drops the first. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, guys, the Blazers with a draft night trade for two-way wing Denny Avdia, a young but established player on a value contract. Portland's added a guy who should help them win now and down the line. Guys, it appears Avdia is going to be a pretty seamless fit for Portland.
All right, Chomps, thank you. Kamari, no good.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Shot by Levine, no good.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Henderson. Ellis with a rebound. The Kings leading. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. The three from DeRozan. And Aiden pulls it down. Portland has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Avdia. Now Sharp. To the inside. Here's Henderson. Here's Kamari from behind the arc. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Here's Ellis, defended by Henderson. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. Comes up empty down low. The Trailblazers have gone only 2 of 6 from the field. 14 feet away, and he nails the jumper. Henderson's got 5.
Do against these guys. Fuck.
Thanks, Coach. Blazers trail by 3. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Well, the 7-footer Ayton, when he's this close to the basket, he's looking for the jam.
Levine surveys the D. Sabonis with a screen on Simons. Here's Levine. Good on the 13-footer. Levine's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Henderson misses.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
They kick it out to Murray. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Dub misses. The Trailblazers shooting 33% in the first quarter. Sharp finds Simons. Henderson outside. Now here's Ayton. Pass to Simons. And here's Ayton. Avdia outside. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from deep. Avdia's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Good pass from the big man Ayton. Assists like that really help improve team chemistry.
Dub passes to Murray. This one for 3. Hits a 3-pointer. And the Kings lead by 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Levine. And Levine throws it down.
No surprise here. Levine loves pulling up the landing gear.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. Avdia outside. Simons against Levine. Now here's Simons. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Henderson against DeRozan. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
With his strength and explosiveness, DeRozan's so imposing when he gets it inside.
Simons passes to Sharp. To the paint. Here's Henderson. Again, the miss by Portland. The Kings lead by 7. And Levine, here we go. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Levine's got 10.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's Dub. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Blazers trail by 9. And here's Simons. No points yet. Looking to win the run. DeRozan with the rebound. Sacramento has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. And the basket by Dub.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Sacramento with some changes. Lyles comes in for Murray. Laravia subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Outside Sharp. Pass to Kamari. Back to Sharp. On the wing, Simons. In his last outing with 12 points.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Down low. Here's Dub. And down it goes. 2 points. Dub's got 5 now.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
To win the drought. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Anthony Simons flying high to finish that one.
Sacramento leading by 12. Now Levine. He's got 10. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 13-footer. Portland grabs the miss. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Sacramento this season. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket. Yeah, be careful. Clinging kid bring down the house.
Sacramento has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Lyles a screen. Levine passes to Lyles. Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. And that one drops.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Here's Williams. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. And there's Simons. That one's good. On the assist from Williams. He's got 5.
Well, you can't give Simons a look from 3. He's a knockdown guy.
Pass to Laravia. Here's Dub. Hey, expanding his range. He buries it from 3. And the Kings lead by 12.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And here's Simons outside. Can't connect. Now 2 of 6 for the game. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Pass to LaRavia. Out to the right wing. Here's Dub. No good on the 3. And so it's Sacramento now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. Up big because of their 3-point shooting. Just going to town from downtown tonight. More 2K action in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Sacramento.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
On the court right now for Portland. Klingin out there with Williams. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at the shooting guard. And you watch Donovan Klingin. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Now here's Levine. He's got 10. Here's Dub. Valanciunas with it. And Sacramento again with the bucket.
Well, you have to credit the work ethic of Valanciunas. He adapted with the game and added that jumper to his repertoire.
Here's Kamare. He had 9 points in his last time out.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Dub. Williams grabs the board. And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. It's a 13-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Blazers trail by 11. Takes the 3. Valanciunas with a rebound.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Pass to Levine. Inside. Here's Dub. Over to the wing. He puts up a 3. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
That's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simons. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Sacramento Kings. On Tuesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Utah, going up against the Jazz. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And looking at the Heat matchup, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
Ellis is checked in for Sacramento. And the basket by Dub.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Blazers trail by 16. And Sacramento making a change here. Sabonis checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Rupert, he's checked in for Kamara. Here's Rupert. There's Simons with a 3. Just his 4th make in 10 tries.
That's a textbook catch and shoot. Simons got his feet lined up and was ready to go.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Ellis. To the middle. Here's Dub. Soft touch off the glass. Dub's got 21 points in the game.
And I respect the strategy. Despite the sizable lead, you got to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Here's Klingon. Pass to Rupert. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Ellis. Yet to see a basket. Dub misses.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
The inside defense gets right up on Grant, but he stays cool and finds a way through to his finish.
Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. Inside. Here's Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Blazers trail by 15. Pass to Klingon. Here's Rupert. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
And that one misses. Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. Avdia comes in for Williams. And he's good on the second. Sacramento leading by 14. Here's Dub. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Pulls it from the top of the key to the left side wing. Lyles. Kept alive. Here's Levine for 3. That one falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. Levine's got 13.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Rupert. Pass to Simons. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Dub. Lyles, the pass to Ellis. Here's Levine for 3. And the Kings with another 3.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Simons outside. Again, the miss by Portland. Sacramento leading by 20. Pass to Sabonis. Down low. And the basket by Dub. Dub's got 23 points.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And here's Simons outside. Rebound by the Kings. Sabonis has got rebound number 11. Here's Dub. And the shot goes. 25 points in the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Laravia's checked in for the Kings. DeRozan comes in for Levine. Sharp, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Rupert. Avdia outside. To the paint. Shot to stop the run. Second chance shot. Henderson misses.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Dub. He's covered by Ayton. Ellis passes to Sabonis. Shot clock at 5. Here's Laravia. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis. Laravia's got his first 3 points of the game. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's off to L.A. after this game, where they'll face the Clippers. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Here's Dub. 25 points in the game. Pass to Laravia. Now here's DeRozan. The teardrop and the basket by Dub. Dub's got 27 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Timeout called, Portland. Kamara, he's checked in for Simons. All right, let's take a look back at last season and see the teams who collected the most second chance points. In third, the Trailblazers.
Second chance points were crucial to their offensive production, so they worked to maximize that strength.
Ayton passes to Henderson. Again, the miss by Portland.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Ooh, Ayton with the block. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. Here's Dub. Oh, what was that about? Not a good shot right there. To the inside to win the cold spell. Ayton, no good.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Ooh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
Henderson for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. DeRozan's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter. The coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Henderson scanning the floor. Pass to Sharp. The 3 is up. And it's Laravia with a rebound.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
One guy here this evening, Shaedon Sharp. Incredibly talented, Stan.
Hey, Brian, you talk about a guy with potentially a very high ceiling. He's got all the physical tools you need. His skills are improving. He's still young and still putting it together.
Now here's Sharp. No points so far. Avdia from outside. They get it again. Ayton. Avdia outside. Pass to Sharp. Fires the 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Here's Dub. He's got 27. Laravia passes to Dub. Sabonis with it. And the basket is good. Sabonis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
A minute 37 left in the second quarter. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Off with the layup. Well, the Trailblazers shooting just 27% in the second quarter. Here's Avdia. Back to Sharp. Ayton, a screen on DeRozan. Here's Sharp. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And Sharp has no off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. First one falls for him.
Well, for Sharp, it's about shooting a good percentage. When he does that, he's an impactful player.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the...
So it's Sacramento with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
The fact that Irving's on the sideline is going to make it hard for them.
And let's move on to that first half. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but going with a whole new group out there. Portland making a switch here.
Fans, let's give a big round of applause for your 9-1-6 crew.
We've got Jonas Valanciunas. Markelle Fultz is out there with Trey Lyles. And it's LaRavia in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Valanciunas, good.
Valanciunas not afraid to get his close to the basket.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. Puts up a 3. Valanciunas with a rebound. Sacramento has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. To the middle. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Dub. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Dub's got 29 points.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
And it's Simons missing.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Fultz. Simons with a rebound. Now a timeout called by Portland. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Klingett, he's checked in for Portland. Banton comes in for Sharp. The Kings have gone 50% from the field in the third quarter, 8 of 16. Now here's Fultz, tightly guarded, and he banks in the layup. Fultz has got his first 2 points of the night.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Thibault, he's checked in for Portland. Now here's Simons. Defense is right there. That one falls. Simons got 5 points in the quarter.
Some guts. Simons finishing with strength.
Here's Dub. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
There's Simons with a 3. Rebound by the Kings.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Dub passes to Laravia. Here's Dub. Hey, from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Grant. And it's Jeremy Grant with a foul. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Second team foul.
Portland making a switch here. Walker's checked in.
Trailblazers, number 34, Jabari Walker.
Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. Pass to Valanciunas. To the right side. From downtown. And the basket by Dub. Dub's got 34 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Williams, a screen on Fultz. And Grant gets it to go. Grant's got 7 points.
Look, you know that's where Grant likes to play, using that body in close.
Grant against Fultz. To the wing on the left. And there's a pick inside. Here's Dub. And another basket for Sacramento. 1:05 left in the third. Pass to Williams. Back to Simons. The 3. And it's Laravia with a rebound.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Now Fultz. Shoots over Grant. Fultz can't get it to go. Portland's shooting just around 32% from the field. And here's Simons outside. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Grant right side. Simons outside. No one near him. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Simons got 7 points here in the quarter.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
Fultz scanning the floor. Here's Dub. That one falls. Nice assist by Fultz. Dub's got 38 points.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
There's Simons with a 3 on target from range.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
And so it's Sacramento just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. We've got Anthony Simons, Walker out there with Williams. Then there's Klingon, and it's Grant in at the shooting guard position. And now let's check in with Allie LaForce. She's got a report on Shaedon Sharpe.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Trailblazers was able to update me on the situation. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. Any injury is the last thing you want this earlier in the year. A bad break for them, Brian.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And yep, it's good. Dub's got 40 points.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And it's Simons missing.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
Back to Fultz. Down low. Here's Dub. The shot is good. Fultz making the play. Fultz has got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Simons. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Well, they desperately need him to get going offensively. He's got to refocus and just start taking better shots.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Simons. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Simons got 12 points in just the second half. Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. And the basket by Dub.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
The defense should know Williams won't ease off you. He'll take his motion into coverage.
Free throw line for the Trailblazers.
The first free throw is good. Well, Stan, you coach some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. We might need to redefine incidental contact.
Crowder, he's checked in for LaRavia. Avdia's checked in for Portland. Dub misses. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth.
Yeah, Simons put in all of his speed to work on that drive.
For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Dub. Yep, that one's good. Dub's got 46.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one, doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
To the paint. Here's Crowder. Valanciunas. Great positioning on the putback.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. Outside, Williams. Back to Simons. Lets a 3 fly. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. And the basket by Dub.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Now Simons. Pass to Williams. Grant outside. And Williams punches it home.
Well, this is where Williams gets most of his points. Rolling off the screen, ready to catch and finish.
Here's Dub. He's covered by Simons. Dub misses. Well, the Trailblazers shooting 27% here in the fourth. Grant's shot is off. For Sacramento, they've gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in this fourth quarter. And good! There's another!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
Simons passes to Avdia. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Grant. Rebound by Sacramento. Lyles has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Dub. And got it! Another basket!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. And here's Simons outside. Rebound by Sacramento.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Fultz against Avdia. Right at the free throw line. Good as the jump shot falls.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And here's Simons outside. Rebounded by Lyles. Lyles has got his 6th rebound on the night. Crowder finds Fultz. Valanciunas with a screen on Avdia. Here's Dub. The shot is good. Fultz making the play. Fultz has got 4 assists now tonight.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Klingon. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
First, Klingon screens the defender out of the play and then capitalizes.
Shoots from 14. That one's wide left. And it's the Trailblazers' ball. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
To the middle. The second effort. And it's good on the layup. Klingon's gotten 4 this quarter.
And Klingon just owns the middle.
And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Charity stripe shot. And the basket by Dub. Dub's got 57 points. The Trailblazers shooting just 28% during this 4th quarter. Simons outside. Buries it from 3.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Crowder outside. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Graham?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
The 11-footer. And yes, another basket.
Oh, what a performance. Arguably the best in franchise history.
He's tied the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. Simons has the open look. Sacramento grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. On the wing, Crowder. Pass to Dub. Here's Lyles. Valanciunas with a screen on Williams. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Robert Williams picks up 1.
So close on the finish. It could have been a 3-point opportunity.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
Laravia's checked in for the Kings. Carter comes in for Fultz.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Dub passes to Laravia. And here's Carter. Here's Dub. Oh, he tries a 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Up top, Henderson. Inside. And Ayton, throw it down.
The big fella, Ayton, suspended in the air as he's creating.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. .152 left in the fourth quarter here. To the inside. Carter, the pass to Valanciunas. Here's Dub, defended by Henderson. Shoots.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
So it's Portland now. Henderson outside. Back to Avdia. Pass to Henderson. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Kings.
And of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will, attack the heart and soul of that defense, and it led to a lot of good looks.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Dub.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Down low. And the powerful one-handed slam.
They're on a little run right now, but I'm wondering, where was this energy earlier?
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Laravia passes to Valanciunas. Here's Laravia. Here's Dub. Gets the bucket.
During this final quarter, he's erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every 3 he takes now is going in.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping with it.